G'day everyone, it is the Captain. Welcome back to the channel. A big thank you, of course, to each and every one of you that like and subscribe to these videos, and you share them. Say it with me. Around the world with all of your buddies, all of your pals, and all of your mates. In today's video, police have pulled over a speeding vehicle who was doing 20 miles over the limit. And you guessed it, he's a bit of a knobflog. He's a SovCit to be precise. And to add to how much of a stain on the underpants of life he truly is, he has 3 dogs in the back, all covered in their own waste. And they are very much in distress, as anyone would be if they had to hang around this drumstick. Anyway, let's have a look.
Hello, Officer Walker, Cape Coral Police Department. The reason I stopped you is you're going 70 at a 50 mile per hour zone.
This speedometer and fuel gauge, as you can see, it's not 8 on 8.
Okay.
It's like almost a full tank.
You were going way above the speed limit, over 20 over. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Well, I'm not driving. I'm traveling. So driving is like you're operating in a commercial.
3205 tape. Can I get a code 10? Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
No, I'm not driving.
I'm not asking if you're driving. I'm asking for your ID.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm wanting to know if I've committed a crime.
All right.
It's not letting
I stopped you because you're going 20 over the speed limit. I don't care if your speedometer is not correct. I want to see your license.
No, I don't use a license. I'm not.
So you have nothing to identify yourself?
No, I don't use driver's license. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
What's your name?
Means you're operating in a commercial.
What's your name? What's your name?
I'm not driving.
You are operating a motor vehicle on a roadway.
Automobile.
What's your name?
I'm not driving.
What is your name?
Can you please prove to me that
You are in the driver's seat of a vehicle operating on a roadway.
Can you prove to me or tell me a reasonable articulate suspicion that
All right, so go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me.
When in the history of this tongue tramp's life has this bloody travelling not driving shit ever worked? You were speeding, you floppy donkey cock, and you need to show your driver's license. You need to show some registration, and you need to show proof of insurance. And get this, a letter from your parents, which is pretty much an apology for unleashing you on this earth, isn't gonna cut it. This female cop isn't going to take any of the shit either. She's already requested some backup because she knows deep within inside her bones that fuck around and find out is coming your way.
Step out of the vehicle. Yes, you have, sir. And you're failing to identify yourself, and you have to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle on a roadway in the United States.
But I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
You are driving. Traveling, driving, whatever you want to call it, you are operating a motor vehicle.
No, this is not a motor vehicle, this is a traveling shuttle.
That's a new one. A travelling shuttle. What a dingo's dildo. Oh, fucking a travelling shuttle. That's going on a t-shirt.
Sir?
It's an automobile.
Sir, I'm not going to play games with you. You can identify yourself.
I'm not trying to play games with you. I'm willing to cooperate with you. Please.
I'm asking for your name.
Please give me a supervisor.
I'm asking for your name. There's no reason for a supervisor to come out here if you can't identify yourself. I'm asking for you to identify yourself. If you identify yourself to me, I'll ask for a supervisor to come out here. I can't ask for a supervisor for someone who won't tell us who they are.
Please. Do not violate my rights and escalate.
I'm not violating your rights. You are disobeying the law. You are disobeying the law.
I'm telling
you have to identify yourself. You are driving 70 and a 50.
This does not work.
It does not matter, sir. Sir, it does not matter. It does not matter if your speedometer is incorrect, then you're operating a vehicle that does not have the proper equipment.
This is not a motor vehicle.
It is a motor vehicle.
This is a traveling shuttle.
By definition, this is a motor vehicle.
Motor vehicles are commercial.
Sir, I'm not going to argue with this. I'm not going to argue with you about it. You can identify yourself, or you're going to go to jail tonight. Do you understand me?
Are you coercing me to cooperate
I'm not
with you?
I'm not forcing you to do anything, but I will if I have to. You can identify yourself. I'm recording too. Go right ahead.
You're coercing me to
Sir, you were driving 70 and a 50. I'm asking you to identify yourself and provide your paperwork for your vehicle.
Can you give me a reasonable, articulable
I just did.
that I've committed a crime?
I just explained to you why I stopped you, and that is a crime. Driving 20 miles over the speed limit is a crime. It is a violation of Florida state statutes.
Yeah, but those statutes don't have jurisdiction over me.
Yes, they do. You can identify yourself, or you're going to go to jail tonight.
You're coercing me. You're coercing me to do something that is in cooperation with you against my better judgment. That is coercion.
Sir.
Anything that I do from this point forward is because I'm under the threat of.
I don't care how you feel about it. You need to identify yourself.
I haven't committed a crime.
Yes, you have, sir. I've already explained the crime to you that you have committed, and now you're failing to identify yourself.
But first things first, can you prove to me that I've committed a crime?
I already explained it to you, sir. I already explained it to you.
I've not committed a crime.
This rabbit fucker is so dumb. He could be eating alphabet soup and choke on the D. Your speedometer doesn't work. Either does your fucking brain. You should be wearing a helmet in public, you window licker. You've committed a crime by speeding. You're committing a crime by failing to identify. You dumb cunt shuttle. Seems to me that you just suck at life. Laws don't care about your feelings, by the way. You sound like a balloon animal that's being molested.
Yes, you have. Just because you feel like you don't have to obey the law does not mean you don't have to obey the law. Sir,
my inalienable rights.
If you don't believe in the laws of the United States, then how do you have any rights under that? Can you explain that to me?
Are they penal codes or are they laws? Is this the Inquisition?
Sir, are you going to identify yourself?
Is this the Inquisition?
Are you going to provide identification, sir?
Can you please get your supervisor?
Are you going to provide identification?
Can you please get your supervisor?
Are you going to provide identification? Sir, I'm not going to play games with you. You need to ID yourself.
I don't need to play games. I'm just wanting you to acknowledge my rights, my inalienable rights. And I have a right to speak to your supervisor.
That is not a right. That is nowhere in your rights does it say that you have a right to speak to my supervisor. If you will not identify yourself, why do you need to speak with my supervisor if you don't even want to ID yourself?
Because I feel like you are operating under the color of law.
You're just throwing out words, man. I don't think you know what any of them actually mean.
That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
not what color of law means.
You're operating under the color of law.
That's not what color of law means, sir.
Whenever I ask for you to get your supervisor, you must.
All right, sir. We're not playing games.
You're not going to violate my rights.
Don't you hate it when the police know more about the law than your YouTube guru of granny porn and bullshit brain injury interpretations, right? Operating under the colour of law. Mate, you couldn't bloody pass grade 1 finger painting, let alone colouring anything, right? So now the second cop has turned up. Let's see if his fucky McFuckface just keeps talking horseshit to her.
Hey man, what's up? What's going on?
Okay, so I asked to speak to your supervisor, and
Okay.
now right tonight.
She's denying you a supervisor? Okay. Can I ask why? Because they're going to want to know why.
I feel like she thinks she's operating under the color of law, and she's coercing me against my better judgment.
Okay. Why'd she stop you?
She's coercing me.
But what? How is she coercing you, man?
She's threatening me, threatening that she's going to take me to jail, and if I don't cooperate with her.
Okay. 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 So okay, so you want to supervise because she's trying to intimidate you. I got to make sure I understand what's going on, man, okay? I haven't been here. Step out of the vehicle, sir.
Okay, call the 3305.
I can't hear you.
I'm asking for your badge number.
I literally can't hear what you're asking me.
Badge number, please.
My badge number is 2143, Officer Walker. Can I have you step out of the vehicle? Sir, can I have you step out of the vehicle, please? Can I have you step out of the vehicle, sir? I can't hear anything you're saying to me.
That I've committed a crime. Can you give me
I can't hear you. I already explained it to you. I already explained it to you. I stopped you because you were going 70 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. It doesn't matter, sir. That means you're operating a vehicle that does not have proper equipment. So my understanding right now is that she's saying that you're traveling above the posted speed limit. Is that what my understanding is? It's, to me, it's the same thing. So if it's okay. Okay.
Those that make the laws shall obey the laws.
Okay.
That is what you're wrong.
Okay. I understand your... I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. Well, right now you're in the city of Cape Coral, right? Okay. Hang on. So everybody within our jurisdiction is our jurisdiction. I understand your belief is different, okay?
I love the fact that Waffle Twat Discharge here thinks that if you personally believe in something, it becomes true. Oh, I didn't kill that hitchhiker. I used my sleeping wand to stab him to sleepy buys. Oh, I didn't molest that goat. I was using my penis to transfer data like some kind of human USB drive. The cops should just say that I didn't throat punch him that hard. I just used hand signals to communicate. We all know where this is going to go to, don't we? We know true well that fuck around and find out is coming so quickly.
I can't hear what you're saying. Roll down your window and maybe I'll be able to hear you. I can't hear you with the traffic behind me and your window only open this much.
Can you please prove your jurisdiction?
You are in the city of Cape Coral. Yes, it does. You are in the city of Cape Coral. Even if you weren't from the United States, if you're in the city of Cape Coral, I have jurisdiction. All right, sir, are you going to step out of the vehicle?
Okay. The supervisor.
The supervisor is on the way, but at this time you need to step out of the vehicle or I'm going to break the window.
I don't consent to coercion.
It's not coercion. I'm giving you a lawful order.
I've asked to speak to your supervisor.
Sir, you can either step out of the vehicle or I'm going to break the window.
Well, that would be a violation.
It would not be a violation of your property because you're failing to cooperate with law enforcement.
I would have to seek compensation.
I'm Officer Myers. I work for the Cape Coral Police Department. I work for the city's traffic division. Senior officer on the scene. Okay? Unlawfully pulled over. Okay? We've asked you to identify yourself. If you fail to identify yourself, it's considered a criminal offense. It's an obstruction of justice. You're looking at him right now. Yes. What can I do for you? Your obstruction of justice is right now. You are violating the law. I will not answer any questions until you identify yourself. If you do not identify yourself, you will be arrested for obstruction of justice. You are detained. You are lawfully required to identify yourself. Provide your identification now, otherwise it will be a criminal offense. All right. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. If you do not open your vehicle, I will break the window and extricate you from this vehicle. Do you understand me?
Right, so the cop has laid down the rules of engagement for fuck around and find out. All the players know their roles, right? This guy's caused more fucking drama than a country and western song, hasn't he? Right? It's time to get our SovCit rescue tools out and save this gross piss baby from fucktardia as we play fuck around and find out.
I told you. Get out.
These officers have just broke my window.
One open?
Can I break this front one?
Lock it, otherwise I'm going to break this one.
It's a driver's license. I'm traveling.
You are required to identify yourself. I've asked you to identify yourself. You refuse.
Can you prove your jurisdiction over me? I'm traveling.
Break this one. Watch out. I'm going to break it.
Look, these guys are criminals. Yes.
now.
Get out of the car.
I'll be getting hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Got him.
All right.
That didn't have to happen.
You just violated my rights. I've asked for you to give me a reasonable, articulate suspicion that I've committed a crime.
Spread your feet.
Do you have anything on you you're not supposed to have?
No.
You have anything that's going to poke or stick my officer or me as you're searching? You're under arrest.
For what crime?
Obstruction of justice.
That is not a crime. That is not a crime.
Your feet spread
You're
apart.
operating under the color of law right now. That is not a crime.
Stop pulling away.
He is pulling me this direction. This is not a crime. Those are my children in there.
Well, you were going to quickly find the law.
You're operating under the color of law.
You dumb fuck. Oh, you're operating under the colour of law. No, they're operating under the law, right? Let's not bring colours into this, right? The rainbow has enough shit to deal with these days than fucking having to worry about you talking about them, right? You can't keep saying shit and expecting it to matter. Like Anne Hathaway. Now she thinks we're engaged. She runs around and tells everyone, oh, I'm engaged to the captain. Oh, I'm engaged to the captain. The only thing we're engaged in is nasty, confess to a man of God style of sex, right? The type of sex which is outlawed in some countries.
You are operating under the color of law.
Face me, face the vehicle.
Committed a crime.
Face the vehicle.
Those are my children.
Now,
I did not consent.
get in the vehicle.
I did not, and I request for someone to be able to come and
Sit down.
and operate my automobile.
Sit down.
I did not consent to searches. I require someone. I require to be able to contact someone. I require to be able to contact someone to come and get my truck.
Let's get in. Okay.
Get in.
Hop in real quick. Come on, get your feet in.
Get in. Face the front.
I request my things, my personal effects.
I'm getting your wallet.
And I require for someone to be able to come and operate my automobile rather than it being towed.
Nope, it's being towed, sir.
That's my right. I require.
No, it is not your right, sir. You are being arrested. Your vehicle is being towed.
It is my right to have someone come and drive my.
Well, I ran his plate and it didn't come back to anything, so I was watching him and I followed him to make the turn and then he just took off and I had my radar on. I thought he wasn't going to stop because he slow rolled and I pulled like this and he kept rolling forward a little more and I was like, oh, maybe he's not going to stop, but then he stopped, surprisingly.
I need for someone to request for my right to be honored.
It is not your right. It is not your right. It is not your right.
Travel my truck away from the.
It is not your right.
It is my right.
It is not.
I've requested for someone to be able to come and take my truck away from the premises. Private property.
You can feel however you want to feel about it, sir.
Say that again.
You can feel however you want to feel.
I don't feel any way about it. I just need compensation. I'll just have to seek compensation.
Go for it.
Hey man, you want to talk to supervisor?
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Are you a supervisor?
Yeah.
Okay. Must I have to talk like this? These
Yes.
cuffs are like
Yeah, be under arrest.
pinching into my bones.
Yes, sir, you're under arrest.
Well, for what crime?
For failure to identify yourself, obstruction of the investigation, not registering a motor vehicle.
Are these crimes?
Yes, sir.
Or are they penal codes?
They're Florida State statute crimes, yes, sir.
But I've explained to her that those have no jurisdiction over me, a man.
Listen, sir, you're in the state of Florida. You got to abide by the state of Florida rules and laws.
But those, I'm a man.
I understand this is why you're going to
Those
jail.
have no jurisdiction
Listen,
over me.
I understand. We're not going to talk in circles. In the state of Florida, you need to have a registered motor vehicle.
But
Listen to
I
me.
explained
Listen
to
to
her
me.
that I'm not driving.
You're driving.
I'm traveling. I'm not
Listen,
driving.
I'm not going to. You're driving.
I'm not operating in a commercial capacity.
Okay. Listen, you're being charged tonight with resisting arrest. You're being charged.
Arrest?
Yes. You're being charged with failure to identify yourself upon demand of a law enforcement officer. You're being charged with not registering a motor vehicle in the state of Florida or not having a registered motor vehicle in the state of Florida. You're also going to be documented as a John Doe, meaning you're not going to be released from jail until you identify yourself. We need to have a legal identification for who you are.
So also going to do a background check. So if you don't have a license, you'll be charged with that as well at that point.
Fuck me, he's racking up the charges, isn't he? Resisting arrest, failing to identify, no registration, plus he's going to be booked in as a John Doe, so no going home to Granny's basement to masturbate on your fairy porn. It's the bloody bullshit uni degree argument of driving. Mate, this bloody argument is about as fragile as a newborn lamb caught in a tornado, right? Maybe, just maybe, jail sex is as good as people say. I mean, sovtards seem to not be able to get enough of it.
But a driver's license? Is that what you're referring to?
You need to have a license, yeah. In the state of Florida, you got to have an actual license to drive. From another state or state of Florida.
Officer Costa?
Yes, sir. Listen, I'm explaining to you.
Officer Costa, I'm not driving. I'm explaining to you.
Listen, traveling.
I'm articulating to you that I'm not driving.
I understand what you're saying, sir. Listen.
And I asked for her to give me a reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime. A reasonable, articulable fact that I have committed a crime.
Good. Listen,
you'll provide that to me.
And you'll have your right to be able to articulate that in court. So your car is being held for proof of ownership.
I do not understand the charges.
I mean, I just explained it to you.
I do not understand.
Your car is being held for proof of ownership.
And then I've asked for her to acknowledge my right that I am requesting to have someone come and operate my automobile away from the premises.
Absolutely not.
That is my right.
I'm explaining to you what's going to happen to your car. Your car is going to get towed.
Those are my children in the back. Those are my children.
You're going to listen to me, right?
I do not have a contract with the city.
Let him explain to you.
I'm going to close the door if you don't want me to explain to you. Things are going to get complicated for you. The car is being held for proof of ownership. You need to be able to identify who you are and that you're the legal owner of this car. Animal control is coming for your dogs. Same thing as that happened to your dogs. If you want to get your dogs out of the pound, you're going to have to identify yourself and prove that you are who you are and you're the owner of those two dogs.
But I don't have any paperwork.
How do I know? How do I know those dogs are not stolen? The truck's not stolen.
But how do you know that I don't own them?
I need to have proof of ownership.
I don't have. I privately own those. I own them.
How do I know you didn't steal those two dogs in that truck tonight?
Oh, this sergeant is roasting him harder than a grandmother on Thanksgiving who gets up at 5 a.m. just to have shit ready by 7 p.m. This turkey baster baby shouldn't be allowed to have fleas, let alone a dog. I would rather Edward Scissorhands finger blast my arsehole than hear this bloke talk.
I don't have paperwork.
You need to have paperwork.
I have pictures. I have other forms of proof.
This is how things work.
I have other forms of proof. I have witnesses.
That's not going to fly. We need to have paperwork. We need to have an identification to release a vehicle to you, the dogs to you. Again,
there is no proof of anyone else that is claiming those dogs belong to them.
I can tell you that for animal control to release those dogs, you need to have legal identification.
But I don't have a contract with animal control.
Okay, I understand you don't have a contract with it.
I don't have any paperwork
I get, but
or any signed agreements with them.
So I'm explaining to you. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, can I please have someone?
No, sir. Our policy states that the vehicle has to get towed and your dogs have to be impounded. Yes, sir.
Officer Costa, are you not acknowledging that I'm telling you that
I'm explaining to you what's going to happen. I'm acknowledging what you're asking me. I'm declining your acknowledgement. I'm telling you what's going to happen to your car and your dogs and what's going to happen to you. So you're not going to get released unless you get identified. You know that, right?
I don't understand the charge.
You're being charged
I did
again.
not commit a crime.
You've committed multiple crimes in our presence here tonight. Yes, sir.
These are penal codes and statutes. I told her that I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Listen, you can say whatever you want. You can say you don't abide by them, but unfortunately, in the United States, we have laws that you have to abide by.
I'm not a United States citizen.
Okay, great.
I am an American.
You're traveling through the roads of Florida, and you have to abide by the laws of Florida. So, any other questions, sir?
Will my personal effects be sent with me?
Your phone and your wallet are going with you, and that's it. Your money that's in your wallet and your phone.
So your car is being impounded. All whatever's on the car stays.
My beautiful children.
I understand. They'll be taken well care of by the animal pound, animal control.
They're going to become traumatized being inside of those confines.
Something to think about. Maybe you want to identify yourself and identify, your dog to them when you get them out.
Well, but first I asked her, can she please show me that I have committed a crime? She said,
"Sir, listen, this is not a courtroom. This is a traffic stop on the side of the road."
But my inalienable rights, haven't you sworn an oath of office to protect my inalienable rights and not exceed your jurisdiction?
We're not exceeding our jurisdiction, and we're enforcing the laws of the state of Florida. So, we're done here, man. Good luck to you. Hopefully you reconsider your stance, all right?
So, Are you wanting me? You're wanting me to identify myself now?
You're going to need to identify yourself at some point. You're still going to jail. Either we're going to book you as who you are, or we're going to book you as a Jane Doe, and then to be released, you're going to have to give your name. I've explained this to you. I'm not being rude to you. I'm explaining to you.
That would be considered kidnap, officer.
No, you're under arrest. There's a big difference. You should read the laws for kidnapping. We have a legal authority to place people under arrest.
Without proper identification?
All right, we're done here, man. All right, have a good night, man. Watch your knee there, all right?
That is considered kidnapping.
What in the actual fuck? It's like being stuck on a fuckhead merry-go-round, isn't it, eh? Oh, I'm not driving, I'm travelling. Oh, I'm not in contract. Oh, I'm this, on round and round we fucking go. Does he truly believe that if he says that he's not from the US, that laws just don't apply? Is that what we're going for here? Because I didn't know that was a thing. So when I visit, I can just help myself to anything at any shop without paying because United States law doesn't apply, apparently. How fucking good is that? His arsehole, by the way, is going to look like anchovies being blended by morning, isn't it? I use that as a mental image. That's what his arsehole is going to look like. Now, I will warn you here, for all animal lovers out there, you may not like what you hear next. So take that as a bit of a warning. Things get a bit graphic.
Hey, animal control is here. They're assessing the conditioners of your dogs, and they're most likely not going to charge you with animal cruelty as well for the conditions of the animals.
What condition are you suggesting that they're in?
He's the animal investigator. It's inadequate shelter, housing. He says something about lack of food, covered in feces, inadequate space for 3 dogs.
Dog food in the pickup bed, water in the pickup bed, got constant maintenance after them.
Yeah. So like I said, it sounds like you're going to be charged with that as well. So good luck to you, man.
It sounds like I'm going to be charged. What is the charge?
Animal cruelty.
I'm the private owner and I have no contract with animal control. I haven't registered with the county. There's no paperwork between me and them. They're in transit.
She's trying to explain to you why they're... Can I talk? Are you going to let me speak, or are you just going to keep interrupting? Because if you're going to keep interrupting, we're going to stop explaining you anything, okay?
She is explaining to me that
I'm you're done.
Animal cruelty.
You're done.
Which I'm explaining.
You won't let us talk, so we're not going to explain anything else to you.
I don't understand the language that you're using.
I said nothing about charge. I asked you if you're the owner of these dogs. That's all I asked. If you are, I want to know so that when these dogs get taken to wherever they are, and if you get out, we can release them to their owner. But I can't release them to somebody who I don't know.
Do you have paperwork that proves that I have agreed? I have signed paperwork with the city of the animal control. I have no documents with them. I have no paperwork with them.
Hey, Sarge. Sarge.
I have no signed agreements with them. They are not registered.
For fuck's sake, I've had better conversations with corpses than what this guy has had with the police. Not only is he a SovCit piece of shit, he's also a dog-abusing piece of shit. I even had to cut out some of the bits where they talk about what's happened with the dog's mouths. I'm not going to go into details, but it gets pretty fucking graphic. Tell everyone in the jail what this dumb fuck did and see if he survives till morning. Just remember, jail stabbings are only legal if he was from the United States. And as he said, he's not, so being stabbed to fucking death in jail won't mean anything. No one's going to get charged because it's perfectly legal to break the law if you're not from the United States. Therefore, you're not protected by the same laws. Therefore, if you get stabbed in the fucking asshole by a travel shuttle, it means nothing. Enjoy having a travel shuttle shoved straight up your ass. On that note, it does bring us to the end of another great video. I hope you've had a bit of fun. I hope you've had a bit of a laugh. And I hope you've hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and told every fucker you know about this channel. Because you really should. Also, I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you that reached out to me while I've been away for the past week. As you know, I had to go to hospital. I had to get some boobs put in because I enjoy playing with boobs and a penis at the same time. So now I have all three, and I'm so fucking happy with myself. But before I get going, I thought I'd share some limericks with you. It's been a while since we've done limericks, so here's some limericks for you, right? There once was a man named Dave who kept a dead whore in a cave. He was the first to admit that she smelt like shit, but think of the money he saved. I like that one, that's a good one. What about this one? There once was a man from Bel Air who was shagging his wife on the stairs. But the banister broke, so he did a double stroke and he finished her off in the air. Hey, how good's that one? What about this one from Stephen Fry? Funny bastard is Stephen Fry. This is one of his ones, right? There once was a chaplain from King's who talked about God and such things, but his secret desire was the boy in the choir with bottoms like jelly on springs. Hey, how good's that one? That's a good one. Right, what about this one? There once was a man from Peru who fell asleep in a canoe. Whilst dreaming of Venus, he played with his penis and he woke up all covered in goo. I like it. It's fucking great. Send me your limericks because I love that shit. All right, that's it. Hooroo.